Good evening guys, and welcome back to my channel. I think I will start with just lifting this up a little bit so we don't miss anything. Welcome. We are going to start a new journal today, and I have decided to go neutral, maybe with a few colors, but mostly kind of beige, white, brown and gray. So I started by taking some A4 paper, and then I ripped all the edges on them, put them on a plastic sheet on my porch, and just splashed some coffee on them. So we kind of got a start, so we don't start with totally white papers. And I'm going to use this really old cover from 1804, and it was a bit damaged, but the spine was too small anyway, so I need to do a new spine, and I will probably use this some kind of neutral eco-dyed textile and make that. But I'm not going to start with that because I want to see how much paper I want to use, so we don't get this kind of journal. I want it to be as big as needed for my papers. So let's put this aside for a little while, and then I'm just going to take my papers and be a bit creative. I have taken some circles I have just cut out in plastic with my punch, and done a few small ones, and it's 3 different sizes. 4 different sizes actually, that's a bit small. So we are going to just play, and everyone can do this. It's not something difficult, and we are just going to do some scribbling and some color swatches, small decorations, and get something done on these white papers. And everything is going to be light because we are going to use it as backgrounds for everything, so it will be kind of background pages. I'm going to use eco-dyed paper too, and some old book pages, so it will be a bit of differences on the pages. Also, I'm going to do embossed papers. I love them, so I think that will be nice to use. So I have got some ideas from Pinterest, and I'm just going to see if anything of this could be something I can draw. So let's start with making a circle or 2. I think I want to have that. Let's go with the waterproof pen right away. I have folded them, so I know where the folding will be, so I don't do my decoration in the middle of the spine. I have some watercolor and some embroidery threads. We have some stencils. We have everything we need, I guess, to have a playtime. So let's just start. So I'm just making a circle, nothing fancy at all. You can use the erasable pen if you would like to, if you're not secure about your drawing. But I'm going for just to play, so I'm not going to be so neat about that. So some simple flowers, I think. Maybe some grasses, so that everyone can make them. So I'm just going to do a stem. and then it kind of part a bit. If it bleeds a little bit, it's not anything that bothers me. Taking a smaller brush. Darken the leaves a little bit. And this is kind of everything that is going to happen. Try to keep it in the circle. I have some acrylic paint. Maybe I want to drop some of that into that part of, just so we get something different. That was the first page. That's already done. And I'm just leaving this to dry now. And I will probably do some other layer on it later on, but for now this is what I'm going to do with it. So I will just put this away for some drying and we will start another one. So let's go for another one. a little seed pod. Sketching in some lines so it looks like it's rounded. I think I want to use some gesso on this. Just using my fingers and smear it out a little bit. Some texture. Leaving a few spots without gesso so that the watercolor will work in different ways. Should I maybe go and wash my hands? See if I have a piece of cloth to take off the worst. Forgot about the wet cloth I used to have, but I have another one, just so I don't need to run away, like that. So should we go in with the color? Don't need to wait, we can do this anyway. It's just nice if it blends a bit with the gesso. And again, no masterpiece, I'm just playing. This is so fun when you do your own nature journal, or maybe use some pictures in your daily journals. You don't need to think that you're painting for someone else. It's just for your own brain to remember the feeling, the sun, the rain, or whatever happened that day. Maybe a special feeling you had because of something or someone. Like the one I painted last weekend. It was a beautiful day and we took Nico to the beach to a lake nearby. And he had so fun, and I was just sketching. I can show you in case you haven't seen it in an earlier recording. And this is just paper for all kind of the same as this one. So I just did a little sketching of some driftwood and some grasses, and I will remember this day just because I did this little simple painting. No one else would maybe see what it is, and that's not important. It's my sketchbook and my feelings that I'm drawing for, so that way my brain kind of remembers this feeling, and the next time I look at this sketch I will remember that. So really, really simple. Could even just make it a bit fun with some more. So it's not so neat. And then I'm thinking maybe a little bit of color. This will dry light, so, and with the gesso on top of the paper it gives this nice texture. You can still add things on top of it, and you don't need to think so much about colors and compositions, and the best of all, if it turns out totally disaster, put something on top of it or make another one. The most important is that you have fun. Okay, another one that can go for drying. Let's do one more. I like the thin gesso feeling, so I think I will put a little bit on this page too. Just taking a piece of old book page. think I will put down a piece of textile too. So I'm going to leave that dry a little bit before we continue. I'm taking just a piece of paper and I'm going to see if I can make kind of a stem with leaves. We're going to color this a little bit more and then cut it out. Oh, it's easier to see. So let that dry. And while that is drying, we can go back to this one. Putting a bit of water into the circles. To spread a little by itself. Bleeding a little bit outside the circle, but that's nothing to be worried about. It's just painted circles, nothing dangerous. Putting color on top of the textile, and it will soak up the colors in different ways. You can see the structure of the gesso peeking through. leaving this to dry. So we can work on it some more later on. Going back to the seed pod, and now you can see how light it is. So should we go for kind of a perfect circle? This is a bit thick, so I don't think we maybe should use all of it. So I'm keep going with the circles today. Or at least something like a circle. That size. Thought I could do a type of twin circles, one that is painted and one with textile. I'm going to dry this with my hairdryer and cut it out so we can use it. So I will save some time and do that out of recording. So back in a second. So This is the result. We are going to put that on one of the pages later. So I think the textile is dry, so now we can add some more color to this page too. A little bit more. So let's see what we should do. Let's go with some see if we can do a pattern. Not sure when it's not gessoed. Nothing much, I think. A little bit too hard, I think. Let's go with some paper. I like the feeling of gesso on the pages. It kind of gives it a bit of a rubber feeling. And again, I'm going just for texture. I want something to happen when I put on the color. They are still light, but something is kind of happening on the page. and some drying time. So let's go back to this one. Now you can see beautiful fun pattern here, and it still haven't dried, and we will iron them later. So I'm just going to put on this little branch with leaves. I need to put it down and try to do one thing at a time, maybe. We need a little bit more glue where we have put the textile under it. It soaks so much more. So this will dry beautiful, I think. So off to dry. Should we try to do one more before it's time to go to bed? I'm not going to do this on every page, but I think it's fun to have a few of these. So these are dry and I'm back. I have used one of my favorite stencils. As you can see, I have used it a lot. And I did draw just with my pen and made the pattern. So now I'm going to paint this with some watercolor. I can speed this up so it gets a little bit faster for you. So let's see if we just can wrap this up with some mark making. I think I will go with my Stabilo wood pen and just make some fun marks. This Stabilo pen is very strong in color, so they are fun to play with. They can make this amazing fun marks when you play with them. Sometimes you don't need so much, just that little things that is a touch of something. Okay, my friends, I hope you have got some inspiration to make some fun pages and go and play. So we will continue with this journal and of course do some ordinary pages too, with pockets and things like this, and also layer these with something more later on when they are totally dried and ironed. So I hope you had fun, and that you want to come and play with me some more another day. Have a nice evening, and until next time, bye bye from Sweden.